beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Power of the Primes fan vote leader class Optimal Optimus, which is part of their kind of sub-line of evolution figures. For the packaging, this is the front of the box, this, and this is the side of the box, and this is the back of the box. Go ahead and pause it right now in case there's anything on the back here that you'd like to read. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Optimal Optimus. Open up out of his packaging and in his spaceship thing mode. Now, much like all these Power of the Prime figures, he does come with his collector card. You got that nice image of angry Optimal Optimus, and then you come around to the back, and it has him combining with Alpha Trion, which allows him to decode the knowledge inscribed on the legendary golden disc. Ooh. And then he comes with his instruction sheet, which is pretty nice, pretty big. You got a lot of instructions. So you get a card, instructions, and a partridge in a pear tree, and a really weird flying thing mode. Now, I mean, in terms of Beast Wars, I never really got into too much in terms of the toys. I didn't like a lot of them, to be totally honest. They just resembled poor Transformers, in my opinion. They didn't look very good, or like they were in disguise. It totally looked like there were animals with robot parts hanging off. So it was never a thing that I love the show. I just never liked the toys for it, honestly. The Masterpiece ones are doing much better. They look pretty good, but this one, well, Optimal Optimus, in case you don't know, Optimus Primal, was injected with some of the power of Optimus Prime's Matrix of Leadership, and it made him this guy, for the most part. That's the general gist of it. And this was one of his modes, like his main alt mode, pretty much. Now, I really do like what they're doing with these leader class figures in terms of making them evolutionary figures. So you had like Orion Pax that transformed into Optimus Prime, and you had Hot Rod that became Rodimus Prime. You have Optimus Primal that becomes Optimal Optimus, which, you know, it's cool. It works. And this was the fan vote, and we picked this as the next kind of figure. I think they could have done a little bit better, mostly in terms of Optimus Primal. I feel like that's kind of like bleh. But in general, you know, this just is a... You can see Primal here on the back, just there. And you got the hand. I mean, it really doesn't look like it does too much. You can open this piece up. This is the cockpit. And you can pull out the Matrix. Now, I wonder, let's bring in Cup. Can Cup sit in here? Not really. I guess maybe you could fold them and have a head there. So you could do... That's funny. Head on! Or maybe put his legs through there. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You put his legs through there, and you can have his legs dangle through the bottom. So, kind of wish that they would have done something like with that. That would have been pretty cool for it. It just doesn't... I mean, you can do it, but it kind of forces him to kind of like bend his entire body. But setting that there, this is his Matrix of Leadership. Much like all of these, you can separate that. And this is, I don't even know what you call that. It's his thingy. But, you know, it's a thing. So you got that. You put that back right in the cockpit. Just stick that right in there. And then close that back up. So it is what it is. Now, transforming him, we're going to go into... I mean, he's got several different modes, and I'm probably going to forget a bunch of them. So you can separate this. You can take these off. These are going to become his guns. And then you can slide this up. There's a whole bunch of different hinges here. And you can connect that. And here's another little thing. I guess Optimus Primal's alt mode is a surfboard of sorts,
or because that's what this kind of does. So taking this, and then you fold these feet. When you have it like this, make sure you push it all the way. When you do go back into his jet mode, you want to keep these not completely pushed up, because there's some tabs like on the bottom section here, little slots that tab into the bottom of these. They don't tab in very good, so you kind of have to leave them up like that to get it all in. I'll show that off here in a bit, but keep that down, rotate that, then you just spin these around, spin that whole thing around, and literally that's all you really do with this. You can angle these up, rotate that, rotate that. This part here gets a little bit tricky. You actually have to rotate his head before bringing it up, because his chin piece right there won't clear it. So as you can see, you can't spin this here because it's stuck right there. So here you have giant monkey mode. You know, it is whatever. You can put this on there. You can take these guns, you can put these in a bunch of different ways. There's a lot of different options. You can put that there, you can put that there, and then you can take this whole section, and there's little slots. So you got a long slot here and here that you can match up. It's a little bit tricky to see. Why is he not? There we go. And then you can peg this in there. And so Optimus Primal's alt mode is a surfboard, flying surfboard. You can angle these, and I guess you can rotate those down. Sorry, bring those down. There we go. Lock those into place, and you can have Surfing Man. Everybody's learning how, or how's that song go? Everybody's surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on and safari with me. Come on and safari with. Ooh. Get it? Safari, because he's a monkey. I don't know. But you got that. So let me detach this. So I guess that's really Primal's alt mode, is that. But taking a look at more monkey bot right here. Great paint detail with the face. I like the blue that they have in there. Nice paint for the eyes as well. You got some good paint throughout the entire thing with the different colors. But again, I don't know why they go with stickers on the leader class figures. A higher price point, we get stickers instead of the paint applications. That's really strange if you ask me. Now, part of the thing that sucks is big giant gap right there. Super gap, like massive. I also don't understand these. I don't see anybody even talking about these, but these come off. I mean, they just slot in there. It's not like there's a heavy-duty peg on there or anything, but it's like, why? What are these for? The instructions don't really show very well, but some of the images on like the collector card, or like if you look at the instructions, like look at that. It kind of looks like you're meant to take these off, but when you take them off, like, so now that kind of looks like that. But where do you put these things? Oh wait, I guess you put them up here. I didn't even notice that. So I guess you got little tab holes. Okay, well, that's ridiculous. So when you go into this full-on mode here, I guess you're supposed to take these off and put them up here. Oh, that's interesting. So, okay, I just learned something. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really show that. Unless I'm crazy. Let me look at the instructions here. There's that soon. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really show that on this. No, it doesn't show that really at all. So, oh, well, no, does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, those are just the regular shoulders for him. So, all right, whatever. But that's, clearly what that is right there. Although I think I have it backwards. Maybe it's supposed to go like this. Yeah, because according to the instructions, these little sticker details are facing forward. So, alright. And they tab on there perfectly fine, because you got these little round bits on the inside here and here, and then you got these little holes here and on the back. So yeah, the instructions don't show that, and they fit in there perfectly fine. And that's that. So there you go. Figured out what that's for. So there's that. Now, taking a look at, well, I guess it really doesn't really even matter. I mean, it's a matter of personal preference. But taking a look at Optimus Primal, in this configuration, you're just going to rotate that down, bring this out, rotate this down, bring this out. That tabs in on a side, so pull that away. Rotate here, in here, and then you take this whole section, detach this, and then you've got a little tab here that's going to slot into that. So you just bring that in, then fold this forward, fold out his head, then take these and move these up, and there you have Optimus Primal, which for the most part looks pretty good. I don't like that big heavy-duty backpack on that thing. I mean, that's really terrible, to be totally honest with you. I mean, that looks bad. But I mean, the robot mode here doesn't look all that terrible. I'm quite happy with it, but it is what it is. A very basic figure. You got a swivel here. Great paint detail on the face, so I love how that looks. The shoulders here swivel in and out. They got a hinge. They have a ratchet joint. Oh, I'm sorry. They have a joint here. Is that a ratchet? It almost looks like a ratchet joint because of the little ratchety sort of part right there. Ball joint for the elbows. Nothing at the waist. That's all locked into place. The hips move forward and back on ball joints. They also rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Bend at actually 2 joints here at the knee, so decent range of motion there. All in all, I mean, he does look good. Again, stickers on him. Kind of wish they had paint, but it's, you know, not terrible, but could actually be a lot better. Now, there is one other mode that you can do with him. I guess I kind of should have showed this before I transformed him into his robot mode. Put that back, rotate that. Well, we're going to go into his optimal Optimus mode, so I guess it makes sense to kind of do this too. Tab this into his little hip slots right there, and then, oh wait, did I have that? No, yeah, go like that. Keep that on the outside. Tab that in, and then you rotate this up. You got a little post right here that locks into the inside of his foot. It's, again, tricky because you can't really see what's going on, so just kind of feel for it. So again, keep that on the outside. Sorry, I had that position wrong. And then fold this up, lock that in just like so. And then this part here, it is a little bit kind of, I don't necessarily like how this is because it really does leave a lot kind of fitted around. So let's see, bring this down and around, and then you take this piece here and this slots down here. So you have these little groove slots on the side that are going to slot in here. So just fold that down, and then this is where I think it's a little bit kind of clumsy. So you have to keep the legs really folded forward to be able to bring, oh, I should lift that up and lock that into place like that. And then you can attach some posts on the back side of Primal that locks things into place. But the problem is you have to leave him now kind of like this, hunched over, which, because if you try to straighten his legs up, you're going to detach all of this. So I don't like that you got to keep his legs like that. I guess maybe we can detach these. I guess you could do that, and then you'd still be able to keep that flush. And it just, I don't like the fact that here, maybe if I do that, that makes it look a little bit better, but you can kind of position it to work. Big gaps right there. It is what it is, but then from here, you can actually take these guns, put these on the top here, if you really wanted to. I don't like them being that high up, but that's how the instructions actually show you doing it. I think that looks a little bit silly. It looks a little bit better if you come down here and attach them to the base here like that, so that they don't stick up nearly as high. I think that looks pretty good. So you do have that as a display option, and you can do whatever you want with these little wing doodads, but that I don't even know what this would be called, but you can put them in that configuration as well. Now, going into optimal Optimus mode, this is crazy. Okay, so we're going to put the head back, rotate this all around. These arms are pretty much done, just leave that as it is. Take these legs, extend these all the way down. They lock in very securely down here. So pop that, just like that. Pop that, just like that. Put that there. You can do with these little wing bits as you see fit, but I think the instructions actually tell you to fold them around like so, and then rotate these around until they lock into place just like that. Let me angle the camera up a little bit. These shoulders, you want to collapse these just a little, not a ton. Then come around here, detach all that, and then this piece is going to come around and lock into place. So we have to get his head out, which is fairly tricky to do. There's not a real good point to grab hold of. So fold that up, lock that into place, and then this whole section here, and kind of leave it like that. You bring this around. You have these little posts on the side of these shoulders right here that line up with this. So bring this in, bring this, oh well, sorry, you actually have to rotate this around and then rotate that. So you want the head in the gap area here facing forward. If you don't have it facing forward, you won't have enough space to bring all this stuff down. So bring that in. That will lock in place there, maybe. Again, you just kind of, there we go, put that down. This is going to sit right there. Optimus Primal comes up, that tabs along the back just like that. Straighten everything, rotate his fists, put that there. Rotate these fists, put that there. And this is where you would take this piece, you would have it on the bottom of this thing here. You'd have it right there. Detach that. Maybe. Well, what the heck? There we go. Detach that. And then you bring this up and put that here. That's something new that I discovered. I don't know if it's what everybody else is discovering, but hey, whatever. And then when you're done, now you have optimal Optimus in his robot mode. And this looks pretty cool. I do like this. This is a neat look for him, which, you know, yeah, if you like that look, this is definitely it, and really does have a neat kind of combination. Usually the other characters in this evolution line, I've liked the individual modes more. Like I liked Orion Pax, I like Hot Rod. I think that the combined mode looks okay on them, but I think that with this guy, the combined mode is the best looking. Something also that you can do, which is neat and kind of throws back to the original toys, you can take this section, hinge this down, just like that, and then you can take these and you can plug these in these little holes right here, and you can have his little chest-mounted weapons, which is cool. You can also take these, I think it's kind of silly, let me hinge this back up, and come on, yeah, something like that. Wait, what's happening? Excuse me. Hinge that right there. Oh, that's good. You can also take these and you can combine them into a gun, but I don't even know how you really hold them. I mean, he's got this big giant, I mean, he's got a thumb right here with a hole. This looks weird to do. And that just kind of doesn't even, this post here doesn't really fit very well. I mean, you can do that, but it's like, why would he hold a gun like that? I mean, it's strange how that is. Oh, or you can just completely pull his thumb off. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, you can do with these how you see fit. I think that the chest mount on it is probably the coolest looking aspect, but there we have them. First, articulation, it is pretty good in this mode. You got a swivel here for the head. That head sculpt, again, looks amazing. Real nice paint applications on there. I feel like a lot of the silver or the gray probably could use a little bit extra silver on it. As it is, it's a little bit meh, and these should be rotated around. Now, maybe that's what why I had it, because you have to rotate his waist. So these go on these sides. There we go. So the sticker thing still drives me nuts. I don't understand that. I feel like they could do better. For a leader class figure, a $50 toy, we get stickers on instead of the deluxe figures that get paint and are cheaper. So I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. The shoulders here rotate. They also move in and out. You have this big other joint right there, which kind of allows you to get a little extra movement with it. Rotates at the elbow, bends here at the elbow very nicely. The waist is locked into place well, no, it's actually not. I mean, you can rotate that because this doesn't attach really to anything in this configuration, so you can rotate that around. The hips move forward and back. They move in and out, rotate at the upper part of the thigh, bend at the knee. The ankles have some nice tilt and forward and back, so lots of points of articulation and possible poses formed there. I mean, I think, like I said, I think that the individual modes on this guy are a little bit weaker, which is opposite to all those other evolution figures. I think that the combined mode for him just really does look cool. So, I mean, I like the gimmick. I just feel like those little tiny robots don't really help this figure all that much. It helped the other ones to create an overall better presence, but this one, I just, you just look at it, it's like you just got Optimus Primal as a backpack. So, I don't know. Let me rotate these around. That probably looks a little bit better too. So, lots of different display options, but really cool. Now, to go back into his jet mode, we're going to just pull this away, rotate this around, pop that, hinge this. This is all going to just kind of sit right here and tab together just like that. We'll put that all in there in a minute, and then again you're just going into the flying mode. So rotate that. These pieces here are going to come off. They're going to tab back in underneath just like so. Rotate these around and rotate these wings. Extend that out. Extend that out. Rotate these little wings. Put that like that. Take this entire section. This is going to hinge down, I believe. Oh wait, no, I think it stays out like this. And then fold these feet out. Bring these up. Or the wings, fold those out, bring the feet up, and then pop these. And then again, like I said, don't bring this all the way forward like that. Keep it kind of straight so that you can get this to line up proper. So then what you do is you bring around this piece. You got a little tab right here in a slot that line up with this. So just find that groove, push that in. And this is where it gets a little bit, I don't understand this. You got these little posts underneath here that you have to kind of line up here, and they don't really go in there very well. I mean, they kind of snap there, as you could kind of hear. They just kind of sit right there, but you kind of have to leave it like this so that it fits in there. Then just straighten out these, hinge this down like that. Fiddle with everything. I guess you can angle that however you really see fit. Kind of keep that up, and there you have him back in his little flying jet mode. Ultimately, I can't complain too much about this guy because a lot of the different modes that he has, are accurate. They're the modes that the original toy had. And to me, that's just kind of an unfortunate nature of things and yields a Power of the Prime figure that I'm just not super excited about. I love Optimus Primal. Optimal Optimus was kind of a cool thing in that he kind of gained a little bit extra power of Optimus Prime, but it just resulted in a weird looking robot. Just I don't know. I mean, that's just a design thing that I didn't care too much for. And Hasbro did a decent job of recreating it. I just don't like it. It's not really anything against Hasbro. I just, I really much would have preferred just a kind of like classics representation of Optimus Primal and maybe even an Optimal Optimus. Not throwing the two together in this. In terms of Optimal Optimus, I think he comes together fairly well. When you combine everything and you get that massive robot mode at the end, I think it looks pretty cool. And it's probably the best of these leader combined modes that we've gotten so far. I think it's just a little bit more cohesive and better looking. But I just, like I said, I'm just kind of meh about the whole thing in general with this guy. I still think that he's a good toy. I mean, personally, I probably would have passed on this had I not been a toy reviewer. I don't have a lot of attachment to Optimal Optimus. As I said, I much would have preferred just an Optimus Primal figure, and I'm perfectly content with my Masterpiece one. If you grew up with Beast Wars, this may be a figure that you really like. So if you do, I do recommend him. He's still a solid toy. Just for me personally, I think it could have been done better. So all that being said, if Optimal Optimus is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to BBTS where you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformers Power of the Prime figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support and letting me know by hitting that thumbs up button. It actually does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're new here, welcome. And before you go, make sure you subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you'll never miss out on a future review of mine. Or hey, if you're already subscribed, now more than ever it's important to make sure that you're getting those email notifications. We all know just how unreliable that YouTube subscription box is, and the best way to help support my channel and not miss any future reviews of mine is to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. And a very special thanks to you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.